convoy is a group of people who move around the country 365 days of the year, who have no regard whatever for law and order. They have no regard whatever for the normal sanctions which we need in society to live together.
We require you to move these vehicles off of this highway onwards by 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Where are we supposed to go, man? Where are we supposed to go?
Not a matter for me.
You see these teeth? Put them in now, go on.
This is Forestry Commission land, and you've no right to be on it. I'm requesting you on behalf of the Forestry Commission to leave forthwith.
We at homes, geezer. We don't want your social bloody services. No, it's a matter for you.
Honourable members from the West Country will be aware of the immense policing difficulties created by the peace convoy. Because, as anyone whose constituency has been visited by the convoy knows, it is anything but peaceful. Indeed, it resembles a band of medieval brigands who have no respect for the law or for the rights of others.
Free is freedom for you. Free is freedom. Freedom. This is what freedom's about. You voted it in. You voted for this.
1985. A group of people who've become known as the Peace Convoy try to get to Stonehenge to celebrate their most important summer festival. Because of alleged damage in previous years, the police enforce a High Court order to stop them from going any further.
On the deck! On the deck!
The police had diverted one convoy of travellers into this field, and what followed is remembered as the Battle of the Beanfield. From these young travellers' point of view, this battle demonstrates just what society feels about them and their different way of life.
You stay there, boy! Someone help me! Help me!
Out!
All right!
Stop!
We have
Stop!
babies in here, very small babies! Just wait! All right, let the ladies pass. Come on, Rin. Up time.
The last bus you saw belonged to Lynn. She was on it with her 3 children.
Time to get up. Come on, we're late. It's time to go.
Oh, frosty out there.
Yeah, but it'll be sunny later. Come on.
Where are we going?
Going down to Hampshire to the forest.
How long will it take?
Oh, 4 or 5 hours if we're lucky. So,
That
come on.
sounds a long time.
Yeah, well, it's quite a long way.
2 years later, they have another, a double-decker.
Shall I make Tara's breakfast as well, Lynn?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, Tara, go to Rin and have some Weetabix.
Mom.
Rian is 9 and Taro 2. Ben is 16. They and their mother have been living like this for several years.
Right, Bracknell, here we come.
After parking up all winter, Lynn is taking her family to join up with a larger group who are squatting on land in Hampshire. They have a long journey ahead of them. Lynn's greatest fear is being stopped by the police. Her bus isn't taxed or insured.
Don't forget to just slow down at the roundabout then. Okay. Shut the door up tight afterwards. Well, as long as we don't have any mechanical breakdowns and we don't have any hassle from the police, it should be fairly easy. We may get a pull on the road, we're a bit unusual. The police, as well as everybody else, tends to be a bit frightened of living vehicles. We're just an ordinary family travelling along, but it's quite likely that the police will stop us at some point. They'll ask us for documents and things like that, which at the moment we haven't got. For one reason or another, we've been trying to get legal all winter, but it's not that easy.
But the first obstacle is a low bridge.
Nothing I just say how high it is. Ben, leap out and guide me through.
Hang on.
I think we'll be all right. Come on, Ben! We've got 2 miles of traffic behind us.
This is Lynn's destination, a clearing in a forest. For the past 6 months, more than 100 people with a total of 70 vehicles have been squatting on this piece of land illegally. It belongs to the Forestry Commission. Ben will find that there are more people of his own age group here. They manage by claiming social security, and if there is the opportunity, they do the odd job. There's no running water or toilet facilities here. So what conditions do they live in?
Right, this is the bedroom. As you can see, it's quite comfortable. We've got a television. We can have electricity. We just, instead of using normal electricity, we use battery power from the batteries off of the car. And we keep warm. We've got the stove here. It keeps the trailer nice and warm. And out here's the kitchen, where I'm cooking some dinner.
So what are you actually cooking for dinner at the moment, then?
Curry and chips.
Curry and chips,
Yeah.
I see.
Just because we live in trailers or buses or whatever, it doesn't mean to say that we live in squalor and that we're disgusting, horrible people. We are all proud of our homes. I mean, I'm proud of my home, and I do look after it, and I do keep it clean and tidy.
How old are you?
18.
And how does your parents feel about you living on the road like this?
Well, I don't know, when I went back there, they were sort of saying, they sort of had some assumption that I was in the middle of nowhere. I didn't read newspapers, I didn't know what was going on, and I was really cut off from, but we talked about it and they understand a lot more now. I don't know, I think in a way they look on it as a phase that I'm going through. And I don't know, they just think, oh, it's just a phase she's going through, she'll grow up out of it.
About just over a year ago, I was working in different factories and that. I just couldn't see myself going anywhere. I didn't know what I was going to be doing, say in a year's time or whatever, and I just wasn't happy doing what I was doing. And I just discovered this way of life, and just, that was it really.
But a lot of people would say sort of working in a factory where at least you've got a job is far better than this sort of life.
No, I don't think it is really, because when I was working in factories, I was just dead. Do you know what I mean? I was living like this. I feel really alive.
So far, Lynn's been lucky. She hasn't been stopped by the police, yet. It's good to be on the move again.
I think it's the time of year, spring's springing and getting itchy feet. You know, it's nice to move again. We've been stuck in one place all winter. It's really boring. You know, I'm a traveller at heart.
And they leave their bloody calling cards sticky over us. They're wild men, oh shame men.
Come on, you bugger! So we made it then. Oh, we made it then. God, it's really fun going across these bumps, it really is. This is the bit where you're going to have to hold on to everything.
I am! You hadn't noticed.
Lynn hopes that they'll be able to stay on this piece of land for a good while, so that she can do essential repairs to the bus and sort out her tax and insurance. Some of her new neighbours have still to complete plans for their buses.
Right, come in. Right, this is my home. I haven't had it very long. I'm trying to sort it out now. This is what I'll be doing my cooking on. This will be my kitchen area. I'll build some shelves and some cupboards in for the food. This is my living area, my living space. Yeah, burner does all my cooking on at the moment and all my heating at the moment. Yeah, and the bedroom area. Bedroom's about a third of the vehicle. It's cut up in about 3 sections. Yeah.
Normally you have
the television.
to take boots off.
Yeah, normally you take your shoes off before you come into the carpet, but well, we won't go into that today. Yeah. Side door, extra door.
And we love it.
And that's it. Oh, it's great. It's better than a small bed sit in a town where I'll have to pay £40 a week to somebody else who's going to make lots of money out of me. This way I can live a decent life. If I'm living in a town in a bed sit like that, right, I'm forgotten, not really, you know, not really wanted.
Not important.
But because I'm there, then they'll have to put up with me, so they'll have to put us somewhere. So we'll put them in there and we can forget about them. We'll keep them happy there. Like, but we're not happy there, right? We're not happy there, and I want more from life than that. I deserve more from life than that because I'm a human. It's my right. I'm a person just like anybody else. It's my right, and it's my children's right, whatever. Like to make a life of myself. You know. Why should I just sit in a room like that and just
vegetate?
Why?
Vegetate.
But why is it that society is hostile towards the way of life?
Because they don't understand.
Because we don't conform, because we don't fit into a little box, because we can't be classified, because they seem unable to be able to cope with too many people together at one time with the same view, that this is wrong.
Three days after arriving on this site, Lynn and the rest of the group are being evicted. Men from the Forestry Commission have come to reclaim their property and to assess what damage the travellers may have caused. Most of the group have already moved on, leaving Lynn and her family and a friend to clear up.
You're actually supposed to be off the site today. I mean, why are you still here?
Well, we're just finishing clearing up. It's much easier to clear up when most people have gone. And the forestry people don't seem to mind too much. I think they're quite pleased that we're actually doing it. It's less work for them.
Well, I wouldn't say it's true that we're not worried, because we are worried that they're still here, but most of them have already moved off in the last few days. I think there was... How many was there here before? About 40, wasn't
40,
there?
yeah. 30, 40, 40.
We've only got 2 left. And those 2 are apparently making repairs to their vehicles. So we would hope that they're gone within the next, well, 24 hours, 48 hours. And if they haven't moved off by then we will probably take the action up again with the High Sheriff and see what can be done.
Right, come on, kids, let's get this stuff tidied up and then we can be off. Here, you put that on the floor. Well, this is the first eviction I've been through for sort of 18 months. I've been lucky that I've had legal park-ups. But that's just the way things are. And there shouldn't really be any need for evictions, but if there is one, there is one. You know, I was unlucky to choose this particular place that's about to be evicted. No, it's all right. They're all right because they're not very heavy.
Okay.
Right. I think just about together.
Get these
The Rayburn's off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Starts going cold, right.
What shall I do
Okay,
now?
I think that's about it. Okay, Ben, give it a try.
Moving from site to site inevitably means that Ben and Rhian can't go to school regularly.
Yeah, put some in the... I'll put them batteries together. Makes it strong. Yeah? It's all right, you're all right.
When they do find a school, it's mostly an unpleasant experience. Other pupils often call them names and make them feel like outcasts. An eviction from one site usually means squatting on another, and so the vicious circle continues.
I don't want to squat on somebody's land just as much as the owners don't want me to be there. But if they don't give us somewhere decent to live, then I will do.
There's
And
a
that is
law.
that,
There was
as you know.
there were statutes. There was laws passed to make it legal to have transit sites. Where are these transit sites? Nowhere. Have the government done anything? No, they haven't.
Why should
done
we
anything.
live in a house with 30 other people or whatever, right? Which a house,
breeds
the person that
germs
makes
and
me live there, right, has got his
infection.
own house twice the size as the one they want me to make to live in with 30 other people. Why should I? Why? You tell me. If you can answer that question, then fair enough. But you can't, because there is no answer to it. That is selfishness, greed.
They claim the right to live an alternative lifestyle, one of freedom away from what they see as the hopelessness of unemployment and the stress of living a conventional life.
A week later, after seeing you move off from Bram's Hill, Lynn, you've been moved on again. Why have you been moved on again so soon?
Basically, it's because it's National Trust land and the National Trust don't like us very much. They don't have much sympathy for us at all. This is the summons to attend court for the possession order that the National Trust is asking for, which will be automatically granted. There's very little we can do about it.
Today is the day that the travellers have been ordered to be off the site.
Bailiffs are here. Should we go and see what they want?
Yeah, okay. Where are they?
Down the end of the drag there.
Okay.
The bailiffs have been sent by the National Trust to evict the travellers. The National Trust is an organisation that owns and protects beautiful parts of the countryside for the benefit of the general public. They believe that the travellers cause damage and spoil natural areas like these. The bailiffs are accompanied by the police.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Come to us that we've got to go, hey?
You gave us 48 hours. When was that? That was about 8 o'clock the other 2 nights ago, wasn't it? So we've still got up until 8 o'clock.
No, that was, in fact, at 4:30 2 days ago.
4:30?
Yeah, you know that.
What's the time now, then?
4:15.
Oh, so we've still got 15 minutes. Oh, there's no worry then, is there? We are, you know, trying to get it together to move. We're not trying to be awkward or obstructive to anybody. We're as eager to go as you want us to go.
Yeah. Good. Right, can we just have a quiet word a minute without everyone else?
Certainly.
Well, there's no need for that, really. It concerns us all, doesn't it? Yeah, right. It should be kept in front of... There's no reason for any quiet words, is there?
That's all right. Okay.
Let's keep it in front of the cameras, eh?
No?
Have you got a set piece to say?
So what did you want to say?
Behind. You've intimated, I believe, already that you're going to go later on. Then, are you?
We don't want to cause you any
we're trying
aggravation
to go
or
as
anybody
soon as
else any
possible.
aggravation.
Okay. Yeah.
Really?
Have you got problems with some of the buses in your
Yes, yes, we have.
What's the problem? Mechanical problems?
Yeah. Some are mechanical, some is lack of fuel.
Yes.
Just waiting for some people to come back, you know, with some cash for diesel.
I see. Fine, fine. Okay, well, we gave you 48 hours before.
And we've been working flat
and
out.
We're honouring it. We're honouring it.
Good. Righto. Okay.
Well, I think for a lot of people it's a struggle for a right, for a way of life. And I'm prepared to carry on fighting. I think eventually, you know, we'll get the transit sites that we need.
So far, 90% of local authorities have not provided adequate facilities for travellers, as they're required by law.
We've got nowhere to go. I mean, like, there's no provisions for us at all.
Gypsies.
I mean, we go somewhere and we have to squat somewhere and then we get evicted and we get moved on and we have to find somewhere else to go. I mean, there's no provisions for us at all.
So Britain doesn't like individualists. They like everybody in Britain as a country. You go to other countries, like, and they're into other people living different lifestyles. But in Britain, they just want you to be the same as the other person, and they just can't cope with people doing their own individual thing.
Any group of people in this country that tries to do something different gets loads of abuse.
I mean, it's not just travelling.
It's just frightened us, really, basically.
Yeah, right.
Because
It threatens their
threat.
tight-knit community that they want. They want they want everybody to want a 9-to-5 job and to have a house with a mortgage and their 2.2 kids.
Well, when we're evicted from one site, you know, we've got to go somewhere. Usually it's in a hurry because we haven't been given the time to get our motors together and find another site for ourselves. We try as far as we can to squat on pieces of land that aren't of any use to anybody else, as far as we can. You know, derelict sites, bits of land that are due for development but haven't been developed yet, airfields, things like that are really of no use to anybody else. And we very rarely sort of pull into a field unless we really have to. Unless we're very often forced into a situation by the police. I can see that it must be quite terrifying sometimes to see a whole convoy of vehicles coming down the road and parking in right on the edge of a village or something like that. But really, we're a very good-natured bunch, and it's very rare that there's any problems between us and the locals wherever we are.
But a few of them do drive vehicles that are not insured and might be dangerous. So if they do make it to a news site without being stopped, it's cause for celebration. It won't be long before they'll be asked to move on again.
People say that the way you live your life is affecting the way they live theirs.
The only way we're affecting them is by drawing dole, by claiming dole. And there's a lot of people that can't do anything else apart from claim dole. And everyone's got a right to money, some money so they can survive.
I mean, you look at the percentage of people in towns and cities that are claiming dole anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we're just a really small percentage of people that are claiming.
Think of the people who live in cities who claim dole and also claim rent, who get £50 a week also for a bed sit, which they've got nothing in, they don't know anybody, they're lost in there, they've got no friends, they're totally unhappy, but they still stay there because they've got no other alternative. And you think of mothers with a kid just stuck in one room.
There we go, look at this, look at this. Look, is that not good? Look at that, eh? That is face painting.
Wherever they go, they expect to arouse strong feelings in others.
But they can't just have freedom just because they want it. They have to contribute something to society.
Doing something for their country.
Lying over there, drinking, smoking, who paid for it?
They're tired.
Oh, the poor things, so am I tired, going to work and bringing up 3 children. I'm tired. I'm not draining my tiredness in drugs and alcohol.
They're not got
cigarettes.
drugs. They've not got drugs. Can you prove they've got drugs? Can you prove they've got drugs?
No,
Go
I
over.
can't. But I can see them with their cans of beer and their cigarettes and everything.
They're
and
entitled to
someone's
have a
paid
beer.
for them.
Don't you have a glass of beer?
Well,
we all drink. I have a glass of beer.
I need to pay for it.
Doesn't matter where the money came from. They want a drink, so they're having a drink. And if they wanted a bloody drink, I'd give them the money to give them a drink.
Go on then, give them your money. They're not having mine.
I willingly give it to them. I'll share what I've got with anybody. He can be the tramp in the street. It doesn't bother me. He's as good as I am.
I want nothing from society. I just want respect, that I'm trying to make my own way, that I'm not sponging off of the council, that I'm not going, come on, give me a house. Look, I'm saying I've got my house, just let me live my own life. I don't want anything from them. All I don't want is to be persecuted.
In Britain today, can we make room for people like these to live the life they've chosen, a life separate from the rest of us?